Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? Today we're with the Bridging the Gap podcast. We want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, which are CJ Clean Energy, Climate Works, and Illinois Tollway. So who do we have here today? We have Quentin and Quentin. Yay! Yeah. Thank you guys for being with us today. We're going to take some time to talk about your experience. And Quentin, if you want to tell everybody who you are.
Yes, I'm Quentin Thomas. I am the recruiting and outreach coordinator for the Awaken Foundation. Kind of at the epicenter of everything. I kind of point guard or quarterback, kind of everything. So kind of making sure that things go where they go. So I kind of have an interesting perspective in being able to be at a lot of different stages of the student life when we're in the program.
So speaking of students, we are with the Awaken Foundation talking about trades, the experience, and we actually have one of our students who became an instructor here with us today. So you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
My name is Quentin Hudson. I'm an instructor with Awaken Foundation.
Wonderful, wonderful. We're so excited to have you here. And just tell us a little bit about your experience. How did you find out about the Awaken Foundation?
Well, I know Jaria, and I saw her out, and she asked me if I wanted to be a part of her foundation and just give it a shot. First of all, not as an instructor, as a student, and I transitioned because I knew a lot about construction already.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that, about your experience prior with construction and into coming in the program.
Before, I used to be, I did roofing and siding. And sometimes we had to build a garage or rebuild a roof, so I already know how to use tools. I know how to measure and all of that, so there's just basic stuff there. And I was there for so long that, I felt like it was time for a change.
I remember kind of that first day we still were at that old office when I met you, and they were kind of pulling you by your leg a little bit, trying to get you in. You kind of had a little bit of trepidation or just kind of seeing what it was, kind of filling it out a little bit. But even from that day one, I remember, the fact that you were there, I knew you was gonna try it. I could tell, I could read the room and tell what type of person you were, that you was I'm gonna try this though. This is what it is. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna see what it is. And we gonna see. And just I appreciate you putting that foot forth effort, from the beginning, at day one. And we was talking about you being an instructor at day one. That's it's one of the things we were looking at from way back then, and then seeing that, and then seeing it now come to pass is kind of crazy. Just in less than a year, really.
Yeah, it has been less than a year. I was a little apprehensive about it at first because I was like, do I want to commit to this? And then I get up one morning and just decide I don't want to do it no more. But then again, it's like reading a damn book, reading a good book. I don't want to start a book and then stop reading it. Mm-hmm. So once I did those first couple classes, I'm like, all right, I'm all in now. I got the CPR the first week. Then I did my OSHA 10. So I'm like, shit, it's already something I didn't have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now I feel like it's time to start working on these certificates. I need to learn. I feel like I need to learn something every day, because if I don't, I feel like I wasted the day.
Okay, I like that.
So I learned something today too.
Yeah.
So shit, I'm always with learning.
Yeah. Absolutely. We talked about in that last episode about first and 10. So thinking about football, putting those steps in front of you. So you said, once you got the CPR and you start getting those credentials and stuff, you just want more. Like you said, you just want to learn more and kind of put more stuff in front of you.
What was it like for you to go from being a student to now being an instructor? How has that experience been? What does it feel like? And now that you can actually tell the students, hey, I was in your position, but now I'm an instructor. What does that look like?
Well, it was really hard for me because, everybody need a leader.
Yeah.
And, I was talking to some of the class that we had, the last class, and I was explaining to them how I got to where I was. Yeah. And they was intrigued by that. And the way that I was teaching them in the class how to use tools, and it was time for them to leave, and they was like, "Nah, man, we gonna stay until we finish." I was like, "Man, I did that good that y'all don't want to go home."
That's good.
So I like the way that they stayed with me, and it was like, "Well, we want to learn," and they still, when they graduated, they asked if they come back and finish that room that they had started building, because they was happy as hell that they got to do some framing, some wiring, and some drywall, and they hung a door.
Oh, wow.
So that's like 4 things they ain't never did. And I felt good being a part of that.
Man.
And also, so I didn't know those pictures you took was on Facebook. And I was at my other job, and one of the Mexican guys out there was talking to me. He said, "Man, I seen you doing stuff with the youth in your community." I said, "What the hell you talking about?" And he pulled up the pictures and he showed me. He said, "Man, I'm proud of you." I said, "All right, man, thanks." He gave me a hug. And I was like, "All right, I guess it feel good to be able to teach somebody something."
Yeah.
And they like learning, so I'm all right being an instructor. I just got to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely got a chance to see that. And I was glad that we got a chance to take those photos. And we'll show some of those in the videos from the high school camp, because that was cool, like, to see them. They was so hanging off of, like, every word. Like, when you were teaching them about the roofing and seeing them, that room that built from scratch is crazy from some high schoolers, and, like, how quickly you can start making an impact. So I guess let's talk about that, like, about the timeline with it. How did you feel as far as the timeline? Like, the program is pretty quick. And that's a pretty quick turnaround from going from not even being a student to being a student and graduating to then being an instructor right away. What's that timeline felt like for you?
It was pretty quick to me because I wasn't sitting there every day crying about a test, wondering if I was going to pass or not. It's like, man, I done did 1 million tests. I know how to do this. I'm just going to keep going over the questions till I get them right. And then it's repetitive after that. Every test come up. And the way the instructors was talking to me, they let us know when we got the parts in the book where, hey, this is an important part. So it's up to you, if you listening, you highlight that and keep it moving. Then when it's time to come to the test and you think about it, damn, this is something he told me might be important, and I highlighted it. So, I just made sure I paid attention.
Yeah.
That's all.
I love that. Tell us a little bit about, who is Quentin Hudson? Like, how did you come to know and work with the trades and be interested in construction and with roofing and being able to teach? Like, who are you that it brought you to where you are now?
Well, I definitely didn't want to be working at a damn call center. So it started early on when I was in I was in the 7th grade and we had Woods class. That's where I started learning a lot of stuff. Then I ended up at Jefferson and I had medals there. Then I also took another like a 4-week construction course. And after that I was like, all right, cool. And my friend of mine owned a roofing company. So he gave me a shot. I first started, I was scared to get on the roof.
I can imagine.
Right. I would be too, for sure.
After a while, I got used to it. And like I said, everybody need a leader. I was a leader, even though I was the youngest one.
Man.
And, I had to learn, because if they didn't know it and the owner wasn't there, somebody else had to know how to cut this angle, how to measure this, how to measure that, how this is supposed to look. And as I went, I was making mistakes. And I fixed that mistake. I might make another mistake next week. I fixed that one. So now it's like I can get up on the roof and pretty much I can figure it out in an hour or two. If there's anything wrong. If there's nothing wrong, we can just run.
Man. What's one of the biggest life lessons you think you've learned from the trades on, like, how to maneuver? Because it seems like you have a lot of experience, and with you becoming a student and then an instructor over a period of time, it seems like you just have a lot of insight.
Life lessons. Well, I know you got to humble yourself, because there's always somebody you got to listen to. You can't come in the door and think you're going to start running shit. So that's pretty much it. I'm a good listener.
Okay.
And like I said earlier, I'm always willing to learn something. It's like when we took the class, the first instructor, he did HVAC. And that's where he had a lot of examples during HVAC, how people would mess up and do this and do that. And then I did a lot of roofing and siding, so when we came to those parts in the book, he would call on me to explain things that he didn't know. So we just went back and forth. He was explaining to me how to get temperatures of the room right,
Yeah.
how to add this and subtract that. And I was telling him how to get angles on the roof. And we got different tools we use. Some of the tools I use, he didn't know how to use. Some of them I didn't know how to use that he had. So we just went back and forth, and the class just listened. You know, because none of them really had any construction in their backgrounds or anything. So that was pretty cool that me and him could do that.
Yeah, it's always pretty interesting. We always get everybody with different levels of experience. So it's like, it's always cool when we have, like, I think the class we have going now has a couple different guys. One guy that was a flagger, another guy that was doing something with electricity and like the poles and stuff. And so it's always cool when you have those guys in the class that can bring something to the class. Because like you said, everybody know a little bit of something if they have some level of experience.
It also helped you when you out working because, like I said, I do roofing and siding. I used to. And then we got some guys we met, and they do HVAC, and they build decks. And then some other guys we met, they do concrete. So if we doing a siding job and this family decide they want a deck, we call these guys in. So we all help each other out, get jobs. We trade favors sometimes, you know. Might be something simple. I'll go fix a leak on the roof for them. They come over and fix something for us. You know, it's good to know other people with different skills.
Yeah, building that community out. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Speaking of community, with your work with a lot of the students, can you give us an example of a student who came in and just really showed a big turnaround and like how that experience was for you?
Well, I can't even actually say that because the ones that I had, they came in
ready.
Hungry, huh?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They came in, they was ready. Yeah. They was rolling. Like he said, if you see the pictures or the video, they was paying attention.
Yeah.
Because we split the class up. I think it was 21 students. So we split them up like 7 to each instructor. Yeah. And at one point, I looked up, I had like 12 students. And man, how I get so many of y'all?
I saw the pictures and videos. They were all like gathered around watching.
Apparently, I was saying something or teaching something that they really wanted to know.
Yeah.
You know, I was explaining to them, I was like, yo, man, if you sitting at home on your mom's couch and you see the ceiling got a brown stain in there, you let your parents know.
Yeah.
Because if you don't and the stain get bigger, next thing you know, the ceiling gonna fall in. Now it's a $10,000 job when you could have told her 3 months ago and it only been a $100 job.
Yeah.
I was teaching them little troubleshooting stuff, and they was listening. One of them told me he had a wet spot in the ceiling. I was like, hey, you need to tell somebody.
Yeah. That's good to know, though, because especially with kids and with youth, to be able to think like that, like, oh, okay, now I can recognize it rather than just walking past it.
Right, and that's something they probably gonna remember forever. I know there's certain things that I learned like in those ages that I'll never forget, and so that's one of the things they'll probably always take with them.
Yeah, that definitely makes a difference. How do you think that moving forward, being an instructor will kind of work for you? Like, what are some things that you're looking to do more as an instructor and grow in as an instructor?
I need to learn more. So now I'm working under Mr. Johnny Ferguson.
Oh, yeah.
And he do plumbing
and
electricity and drywall. So right now I'm learning drywall. I thought I knew drywall before.
Yeah, that's a hard process.
Yeah, and now he teaching me more about drywall.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about electricity, but I really can't connect this wire here and then run one through there, and they both work on the same switch. Yeah. So I got to learn that now. I also got to learn what not to do so I won't burn up nobody's house.
That's important.
Sure.
That's definitely important.
So every day that he there and I'm standing next to him or helping him do something, I'm asking questions. Because sometimes he might not be there. I might be somewhere on the weekend. Yeah. And it could be a simple fix. And I'm like, I don't want to have to call him and mess his weekend up. If I'd have been paying attention, I could fix this myself.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm just soaking everything up like a sponge.
It seems like throughout the Awaken Foundation, that between the students and the instructors and just the whole team, there is a lot of apprenticeship, but there's also a lot of mentorship that goes on where you guys get to learn from each other, but also teach each other. How do you feel about that process?
It feels good to me. Yeah. It's great. I like the way it's working right now. Yeah. The only thing we can do is get bigger. Yeah. It's getting there because, like I said, the guy saw me on the video, and a lot of people are asking questions now. Yeah. I get people I see people out and say, hey, can you, my son need to get in this because he need to learn something.
Yeah.
And I try to, like I told that class of 20, I was like, listen, man, y'all doing good right now.
Yeah.
Because when I was your age, I wasn't thinking about learning something, learning a trade. So when I turn 30, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I already have a house. I already got my 401k looking good. You know, I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking, let's go to the court. Let's get the latest Jordans. And, you know, they just graduated. I said, y'all this is the first step. Y'all doing good. You know, and I let them know I'm proud of y'all because y'all here. And they stayed. Everybody stayed every day they came. And like I said, some of them stayed late. It was one guy, he walked 2 miles every day. He walked 2 miles there and 2 miles back. He even walked in the rain one day. I had to talk with him in the end. I was like, man, why you didn't tell nobody? I could have came and got you and took you home.
And that was one of our youngest campers too.
Yeah.
So like to have that at that age is special.
Wow.
He focused.
Yeah, he was maybe, I think he's going into his sophomore year. So he's already
In high school?
Yes, he's already so ahead of the game, maturity wise. Like just knowing and having that commitment to put that in, to put that time in.
But one question I want to ask is, with you being an instructor and being predominantly around younger Black males, how does it feel as far as you being a Black man, being an instructor, being able to teach them? Because sometimes you hear about like representation. Like, what does representation mean for you to be able to be in front of predominantly Black students as a Black man, to be able to show them like, hey, this is what you can do, and be able to teach them that?
A lot of people think that you already losing because you Black. That sometimes that can be the case, but you get into this early.
Yeah.
So by the time you turn 25, 26, you done learned a lot. You can go in there and for a job, fill out an application. You got stuff you can let them know, hey, I know this, I learned this, I learned that. Like I said, I was proud of them. They was in there to work. They wasn't thinking about no cars. They wasn't worried about no Jordans, no blunts, no none of that. They was trying to work. I said, hey, I like this. Keep going. You know, because, like I said, I didn't really have a lot of people when I was younger saying, hey, cut that shit out. Go do something with yourself.
Yeah.
I had some, but I was like, nah, I don't want to hear that. So, I guess it's my turn to tell somebody that. And a lot of them brought, their parents came in with them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So I got to talk to some parents.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They're always super appreciative just that we're taking the time to speak into their kids, because they know they're listening, because they are, you know, a lot of times you want to listen to your parents, but you like, man, I might listen to this dude. He know what he talking about. So it's like, he see him, they know that he know what he doing, and like he's speaking from, you know, from his heart, from a passionate place. So they were definitely listening, and their parents recognize that. So it's pretty cool, like at graduation, to have the families there, to be able to celebrate with them and have them conversations with them.
Yeah, they was walking up to me. He was introducing me to their parents, and I was like, okay, cool. Maybe I did make a lasting impression on this little guy.
But think about how cool that is. Like, y'all are making real change in the community, like really boots on the ground with the students, literally doing the work, teaching them to do the work. You don't see that every day, you know. I think we can say this. I don't know. We can say this. I don't really care. But you have a lot of organizations, and you have a lot of people pretending to do the work, and they're getting money to do work that they're not even really doing. And y'all are here really doing the work with the students, teaching them to put in the work. That's different. Like the Awaken Foundation, what you all have in your instructors and your students as a team, that is really the foundational work that's changing the lives of so many people, because then these students go off, and whether they move or whether they stay here, they learn those skills that, let's be real, you don't learn that kind of stuff in high school.
No, you don't.
You're like, and not in a realistic sense. You're learning about what, macroeconomics that you're probably never going to use, or food class, or certain things that just don't matter.
Yeah,
versus
there's definitely a lot of transferable skills that will take you into life, and that is definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's the goal that we set, and that starts from the top. I think it's right now. It's kind of at every stage, so it's crazy. Like, it doesn't matter which staff member you run into, you're gonna pretty much get the same thing. We all have that same level of care, and we all all don't mind sharing our story. So
Yeah.
from Jaria to her sister Bree to Miss Carolyn to both of the Fergusons to now the instructors to even Patrick and stuff, like all of us at different times have told different parts of our story and just kind of, are open to sharing. And also, like he said, being humble, like we all definitely use our skill sets. So if it's somebody else's skill set, we pass the ball to them, let them do their thing. Because why am I going to do it when somebody else does it better? And like we just all enjoy like this. It's like a group project. We all doing like a group project and getting to impact lives and having a special thing like to get paid to do this type of work.
Yeah,
is crazy. It's what we get to wake up and do. We get to wake up and impact lives, and it's a special opportunity for sure.
Now, question for both of you, Quentin and Quentin, like both of y'all. You all recently just had a He Builds where you focused on bringing together and bridging trades and mental health. So not only do you guys talk about the physical aspect of building and teaching children and youth and students how to build, but you also talk about the emotional and, just your thought process of building your mental health and being able to sustain through these things. And I know at He Builds, you mentioned about how, it's important to even go to therapy. How do you guys feel like all of this encompasses everything together, and like just how do you feel doing the work and putting it together and focusing on not only students, them having the physical skills, but the mental and emotional as well?
I think you have to let them know that, hey, I'm somebody you can talk to. If you got a problem with another student, if you got a problem at home, if you feel like, well, I only got an 80 on this test and now it's, listen, man, you pull me to the side, you have a talk, you can text me.
Yeah.
If you don't want nobody to know, you text me. We go back and forth a little bit about it. See if I can help you. If I can, I might be able to point you to somebody who can.
I love that. I love that. Resources.
Yeah, the resources, yep. Being available. It's about being available. This is not one of those jobs that you get to sit down when the day is over. Like sometimes they go text your phone, like you said. We do a group meet. It's like a group chat platform where we put all the students in, and then typically I'm in there, and then Miss Carolyn is in there, and maybe our data entry person in there to kind of catch some of those conversations. Yeah. But the last chat, we had a chat in DeKalb. I had to turn that chat on mute.
Oh, wow.
Because they literally became a community amongst themselves. Like, they had to drive down here a couple times for hands-on sessions. They was coordinating rides. They was coordinating where we going for lunch. Anybody Google where the good spot for such and such? Like, they were really a community. And it's like, to be able to create that sort of safe space is important, and it's like it's really I feel like that's what's been very, very effective because like he was saying, like being available to your instructor to be like, hey yo, I'm not getting this, or hey, I'm struggling with this, or can you teach me this a different way, or even if it's something, we try to help with resources as far as support with other things. So if it's like, hey yo, my ride is messed up, or I need I'm jumping on the bus because my car in the shop or whatever, like being able to access somebody in real time and have that support is super important.
That is.
Also, is like with that last group we had one guy. It's like mild autism. And the first day, he did something and they realized something was wrong with him. Started cracking just like, come on, man, we ain't doing that. We all equal in here.
Yeah.
We ain't got time for we ain't even had no jokes. I see if he fail, somebody fail, okay, we get a quick laugh. We're not laughing at him because he mildly autistic. He here, though. He can't be that bad. He learning because he figured it out. He made him a birdhouse. Some of them birdhouses looked terrible because them dudes, they didn't want to listen.
Yeah.
I was like, man, no, you got to do the sides first and then do the front. They did it backwards. So, man, why my birdhouse? Because you didn't listen.
Yeah.
You thought you knew what you was doing. Now, when you do this on the job and you fuck up $10,000 worth of material, they either gonna fire you or you gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
So you gotta learn now to listen.
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to read directions. I had to tell them that, but the guy that was autistic, he finished his birdhouse. He was like, I'm going. I'm about to go shoot hoops. He went in the gym and started shooting the ball around.
It seems like you guys have a lot of insight and advice. If you met someone, a student, which I'm pretty sure you already have, and they were hesitant to join the Awaken Foundation, what is something that you would say to them?
I would tell them that's exactly how I was in the beginning. Look where I'm at.
Yeah. moving on, what do you think that the next generation of trades is going to look like? Or what do you hope that the next generation of trades is going to look like?
I hope it's more diverse.
Yeah.
In that class, a lot of them, the first thing they said was, which trade can I get into to make the most money? I said, man, technically a lot of y'all ain't gonna get in those trades. You gotta start somewhere. And this is your start. And then later on, like me, you can always say, hey, I'm gonna go over here. A lot of this stuff I learned here, I can use here, so this might be easy. So you always gotta be able to transition, especially if you think you're gonna be in a trade where you're gonna be making $200,000 a year. That's somebody that pull up to the job site with a hard hat on and a button-up shirt and start reading blueprints. If you get to that, you get to that. But you got to start somewhere. You just can't think you're going to jump straight to the best job.
Yeah.
Because that ain't going to be offered to you.
It's part of that process. Everybody kind of would have skipped the process sometime, but it's like, no, you got to, this is an area where you got to grunt some. You're going to put some work in.
Yeah.
You're going to put some work in one way or another. It ain't always all labor, but you're going to put some work in.
Like I said, when I first started on the roof, I was the one, hey, go get me some nails. Hey, go over there and get a hammer. Go bring me a bundle of shingles. Go do this. Go bring me a water. I had to do all that. I didn't get lazy, but you just sitting there. You ain't doing shit. So go get some nails. Get off your ass.
Yeah.
You both have such exceptional experience when it comes to trades and working with the students, and especially with working with the Awaken Foundation. What do you guys can both answer this individually? What does your journey for both of you mean? Like, just overall, like, one, what does it mean for you individuals, as, like, personally? But then what should your journey mean to the viewers watching this, to people who may see this, to the students that you work with? What does that mean? What does it represent?
I'm gonna go first and let you think.
That was a heavy loaded question.
That was a lot.
Sorry,
that was a lot of questions.
Just to join us is dope.
Right. I would say for me personally, it makes it worth it. That's what makes this job so purposeful, is that, like, for me, it is very much, I've done some of the trades work, and I've also done different things and been able to, like, you know, restructure my life or restart my life entirely from what I feel like is scratch, but from experience. And so, like, being able to take those experiences and understand how I use my processes to kind of rebuild, to kind of help other people rebuild, and kind of see, you know, from a day one, like, seeing like a cue, like, coming in, like, man, bro, like, I did the same exact thing. I've literally came from a lane I wasn't in. I switched lanes and started completely over, and then just kind of, like, you know, stayed the course. And so, like, having that in my head while everybody is going through, so that, like, when I'm handling people, I'm handling with a level of grace. I'm thinking about where I was at in my story. So sometimes when maybe somebody isn't showing up correctly or not showing up as the right person, being like, okay, I remember where I was at that stage, and being able to help somebody else go through them same processes is, like, it makes you feel like it was worth me going through in the first place. Like, I did that for somebody else, to be able to help somebody else, and then it's just like, it makes it worth it. Man, for sure.
I love that. I love that.
Well, my journey is a little complex. I done did a lot. It's like a tree branch. I branched off. I did a little culinary stuff here. Couple certificates, sanitation. I did some janitorial. Like, I'm level 2 CMI. I jumped out of that, went and got my CDL license. I worked in the factory a few times. Mostly did roofing and siding. I didn't even learn siding until about 7 years ago. And now I'm to the point where I just need one person with me.
Wow.
And we probably could do a whole house.
Oh, wow.
You know? So it wasn't a crazy journey. It's just, I just had to sit down and stay focused.
Yeah.
Stick with it. You know, because wintertime will come, roofing inside and get slow. I go over here and work in a factory for a while. That's how a lot of that ended up happening. Because in the beginning, like I said, I was a grunt, so I was just going running and getting stuff. So he really didn't need me in the winter. So he was like, hey, I need somebody, a couple guys need to fall off into the spring. I was the first one to raise my hand. Man. Let me get the hell out of here. I'm not trying to be doing roofing and it's 3 below zero.
Man,
that sounds crazy.
Every 10 minutes we got to run down in the trailer and warm our hands and our feet up.
Man, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, I had to stick with it. Because, a lot of people, they do those background checks, and sometimes there's things in there that you can explain to them, like, hey, this is how this happened. I'm not that person. But they really never give you a chance to explain it. So I just worked with who worked with me. He kept me working, and now I'm with them, and they keep me working.
Yeah.
And also I'm getting to teach kids and shit. Like I said, I'd rather them be in that class than sitting on somebody's damn block with a big ass gun for no reason.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just listening to you guys and seeing the work that you guys actually do, like in person, like between the events, between teaching, between just everything. You guys really stick to the mission of the Awaken Foundation and you really live it out loud. What does that mean for you to be a part of the Awaken Foundation L3C and like to literally walk the walk and talk the talk of the mission?
I didn't get to see it from the very beginning, but in my mind, I can see where it's going. And I want to be able to say that I was a part of that.
Yeah.
Well, I might run into one of these kids somewhere that was in this first group.
Yeah.
He might be the foreman building an apartment building I might run into. Like, if he remembered me and I remember him, I'm like, damn, you did that.
Yeah.
You was listening. That's what I'm hoping I see later.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see Awaken on the news.
Yeah.
Want to see, I don't really want to see myself on the news, but, I want them to acknowledge that we doing something
Yeah.
in the community.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, same. It's definitely to be able to accomplish the work and then see it, grow from where we were to, like you said, where we can see. It's a crazy process to be a part of. It just makes you so proud. And it gives you a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Just gives you a lot of energy, a lot of
imagine.
purpose to just keep going forward. Because it ain't always easy. We know this work ain't easy or everybody would be doing it. So it ain't necessarily easy work necessarily, but it's work that we are purpose for and that we can do, that we're doing well, and that we care about. So I trust the people that are on our staff. I trust their intentions. And so I just love being a part of this work. I think Johnny said it a few weeks ago. He was like, "This is the best job I've ever had."
Yeah.
So like, it's definitely one of them where I think everybody at the moment is feeling like, "Man, look, could we be making more money? You can always be making more money. Could you be doing something that's a little easier? Absolutely, but something with more purpose. I'm not even sure there is something with more purpose right now than what we're doing, what we're able to accomplish, and in the way we're doing it."
I love that. I love it. This has been an amazing episode. Man, do you guys have any last words, any words of advice that you would just want to leave the viewers or any students with?
Only advice I can give you is, like I said, stay humble and keep striving. You never know where you can end up at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say restart as many times as you have to. This was not my first restart. This is iteration number, who knows? I stopped counting. Like if you get to a point where you need to make a change, make the change. Make the change.
How do you play the role of being authentic with students? And how does that play into just your relationship building with them? Because, a lot of times you have professors and you have instructors who want to appeal to students. Then they want to put on their representative, their facade. Like, how do you really connect and present you to them?
Well, I wasn't even thinking like that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because when they came in, they was talking a certain way. They talking about rap music. They talking about this and that. Like, okay, cool. I could just go ahead and be myself with them.
Yeah.
Sometimes I use too much profanity. Sometimes, I had to turn it down because I don't want them to think, I don't want to come off as a bully or something to them. I don't want them to think, oh, he a piece of shit. Yeah. No. I'm going to talk to you the way I can be. I can give you respect, you give me respect. Mm-hmm. This is what I expect when I have these conversations with them. Yeah. Don't start talking with your hands and telling me what you know how to do, because I don't want to hear that. You're going to do it the way I teach you to do it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, and you get out in the world and you do something wrong, like I said, if you mess up some material, or like I was telling a guy how to use table saw. Yeah. And I was like, you got to use this to move your wood. Yeah. Oh, man, I think I know, because if you cut your fingers off, that's on me.
Yeah.
That's what the OSHA training is for, to teach you how to use these tools the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wear your glasses, wear your gloves, wear your hard hat, your steel-toe boots, you know. So I basically just talk to them respectfully.
Yeah.
Let them know, like, look, man, I'm not your science teacher. Mm-hmm. You can look at me and tell I probably will beat the hell out of you. I don't think I ever have to do anything like that, but don't start talking to me crazy. The one homeless lady was in the class with us, and I was trying to teach her how to use a drill. And she got mad at me, dropped the drill, and said, I'm leaving. Hey, man, go knock yourself out. You leaving is not going to stop me from teaching the other 5 people I got standing here.
Yeah.
You just one less person I got to explain something to, because she wasn't listening anyway. So that's pretty much it. Respect me, I'll respect you.
Those are real life skills that they're learning.
For sure.
Especially the respect part, like interacting with people.
Absolutely.
Man, wonderful. This has been an amazing episode. Well, thank you, one, for taking the time to sit and talk with us.
Absolutely.
Let us ask you a bunch of questions. Before we close out, do you have any questions for us?
No, I don't. I appreciate y'all having me.
No, this was amazing. Man, you dropped a lot of gems, insight, experience, your journey. And we just thank you for sharing it, because there's somebody here who's watching this who's going to need this. And not already are you already changing lives, but people who are going to see this, they're going to see that they can do it too.
Yep, absolutely. And that's what we want them to see.
And that's the dope part about this work, is seeing people that look like you, who come from where you come from, doing what people told you that you couldn't do. Mm-hmm. So, well, thank you to all of the viewers watching this episode. Yep. Once again, thank you to our sponsors with CEJA, Clean Energy, Climate Works, and Illinois Tollway. And stay tuned for more episodes.
Yep.
Yes. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yay!
Thanks for spending time with us here on Awaken, Building Bridges, Bridging the Gap. We hope today's conversations inspired you and gave you a new perspective on trades and the people behind them.
And before we wrap up, we want to thank our sponsors for truly making this possible. We'd like to thank CEJA, leading the way in clean energy opportunities, Climate Works, powering careers and sustainability, and the Illinois Tollway for investing in infrastructure and workforce pathways. Their support allows us to keep these conversations going and speak to viewers like you.
Until next time, keep building purpose through the trades.
And keep building bridges in your own community.